An investigation by our colleagues at Radio-Canada's Enquête program has uncovered fake maple syrup being sold in cans on store shelves in Quebec. The investigation began when one of Enquête's journalists, Gaëtan Pouliot, was having some maple syrup at home and noticed it had a strange taste. Enquête traced the maple syrup to a producer in the Montérégie, Steve Bordeaux. The Enquête team then purchased 5 cans of Bordeaux syrup from different stores and took them to the provincial lab responsible for testing and quality control of maple syrup in Quebec for analysis. The results were unequivocal.
All the samples that were brought to our lab were positive for this kind of tests, meaning that they were falsified. We found some foreign sugar in it.
He says the test results showed each of those cans labeled pure maple syrup from Quebec actually contained around 50% cane sugar. And he says this is no accident, it was deliberate. Enquête had 2 people pose as buyers for a grocery store and then reach out to Bordeaux. He told them that cutting maple syrup with sugar was illegal and that he didn't do that. But he also told them he was doing great business selling his syrup to grocery stores for less than $5 a can. Still posing as buyers, the Enquête team visited Bordeaux's farm with a hidden camera, where he told them that his low prices made some competitors jealous, and he alluded to some unspecified illegal practices.
La jalousie encore.
Eh oui.
Mais c'est pas grave.
Mais pourquoi ils sont jaloux de même?
Parce que j'ai le marché, puis c'est pas tout légal, puis j'ai pas fait pareil. Là, tu sais.
Quebec is rigorous about testing maple syrup. Most producers sell their syrup in bulk before it's canned, and all that syrup is systematically tested at the provincial lab. The lab says before it tested Bordeaux syrup, it never had a result showing syrup had been falsified.
Everything with maple syrup is based on this purity. We're very proud of this in Quebec. The producers are very proud of this. Consumers in Quebec, they can tell the difference.
But Bordeaux cans his own syrup and sells it directly to grocery stores. And that type of syrup isn't subject to systematic testing. Enquête later confronted Bordeaux about the test results showing his maple syrup had been cut with cane sugar. He said he imports some syrup from suppliers out of province and that the bogus maple syrup may have come from them. He also admitted to labeling some syrup he purchased from Ontario as being from Quebec, which is illegal. But in a later email to Enquête, Bordeaux said he fully complies with all applicable provincial laws and regulations. He also said that he was going to launch his own investigation to try to find the source of the fake syrup and that he would introduce his own testing regime. But for cans of the fake syrup still left on store shelves, Bordeaux said there probably weren't many of them around and that he had no plans to try to recover them.